Hope you guys all had another great week. I just finished the weekly blog that's going to come out today, and I just wanted to talk a quick second about it. So this weekly blog was inspired by this book, The Ancient Generation. I'm reading this as part of the book club for my son's school, and great book so far, but the story I want to tell is a story it talks about in the context of kids, but I think it relates well to what we talk about. So it talks about how in the 1980s, there was this experiment to create the biosphere, Biosphere 2. And you might remember it. They made a movie about it with Pauly Shore. And it was this idea of creating this big dome community that was self-sustaining. So it had trees and it had everything, vegetables and food, everything that is needed to sustain a population of 8 humans that made their own food, their own oxygen, all the things. And one of the things they discovered was that they could grow trees in there. In particular, they had a rainforest that was growing big trees to create a big canopy, to make the oxygen, absorb the CO2, all those things. And what they discovered was that they had no problem growing the trees. That was easy. But the trees would very seldom actually make it to maturity. Before they became mature trees, they would fall down. And what they discovered was that the reason they fell down was because there was no wind. In contrast to trees that grow outside, normal trees in nature compared to the biosphere trees, these trees experience no wind. And when trees grow in nature and they experience wind, what happens is the wind blows these trees and it puts stress on the windward roots as the tree bends. And it also compresses the wood on the other side of the tree. And so in response, the tree adapts. The root system expands to make a firmer anchor in the ground. And the wood, the cells change. They actually change to make the wood stronger. It gets stressed. And as a result, the overall tree becomes stronger and it's able to grow larger over time because the root system is bigger with a bigger acre, and the actual cells of the tree bark are different. And that was what the trees in the biosphere was missing. So I think you can see where I'm going with this one. The idea that oftentimes stress is something we want to avoid because it's uncomfortable, it's unpleasant, these long runs are hard, these tempo workouts are difficult, these extra mileage weeks that we're doing as part of training are hard. Maybe it's useful to think about it, and this made me think about it, that all these things are stresses that you are introducing in your body, your running curriculum. And over time, that's going to make you a more resilient and stronger runner. So check out the full blog. It comes out on the email. And as always, thanks for running with us.